Page 16, theme from String Quartet No. 2 by Borodin. Beautiful melody, just gorgeous. This is a nice little arrangement. We get to go through some different key signature changes and accidentals. You're just going to love it. I know you are. They're talking about transposing, and basically what they've done with this theme is they have transposed it, which means you change it from one key to another, or from one place on the keyboard to another. I mean, transposing doesn't have to be key change. If I play something here, and then I played an octave higher, I transposed it. I changed it. I'd say I didn't change keys, I moved it to somewhere. That's transposing. Here, we're actually changing keys. We're going to play the same melody and accompaniment in different keys. Okay. 3/4 time, we're starting out in the key of D minor, 1 flat. It's like F major has 1 flat, well D minor has 1 flat, so do the scale on F major and D minor. There, 2 octaves up and down if you would. Right hand first, let's make sure we get the fingering and all this. It's a little tricky when the black notes, black keys are involved and they get in the way and it doesn't work. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and. So that dotted half note. 1, third measure. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Pretty much that's it. We're just going to play that little bit in different keys. So at the end of the second line, you'll see a natural sign in each staff, and then there's 3 sharp signs. This is how they go about changing key signatures in the middle of a piece. It's just a lot of fun. They have to have the natural sign there to take away the flat, because they gave you a flat, and that flat is good from then on. They want to go into the key of F sharp minor. F sharp minor has 3 sharps, excuse me. A major has 3 sharps. F sharp minor is the relative minor. It has got 3 sharps, but it doesn't have a flat. It's got 3 sharps. So they give you a natural sign to take away the flat, and then they introduce the 3 sharps. So now we're in F sharp minor. Third line down here. You got an F sharp, a C sharp, and a G sharp here. So deal with those. They're saying 1/4. I don't like doing that, so I use 2/5, so I keep my hand out here. 4, then crunch up 2. Here, I don't like that because now I got to go back to here. So what I'm going to do is, in the third line last measure, 4th finger on the A. This way I'm in position to put 2nd finger on the F sharp. See, we're in A major, or F sharp minor, excuse me. Now we got another key signature change. It looks ugly. Well, it is. Okay, we'll deal with it. Actually, we're going to go back into D minor, sort of. So they give you 3 natural signs to take away the 3 sharps. So we want those to go away, and now they're introducing a flat again. So there's 1 flat in the key signature. So when you look at the top of page 17 at the beginning, it's 1 flat in the key signature. So you think, okay, we're in D minor. This is where they throw you. A piece can have a key signature to indicate what key it's in, but when they use a lot of accidentals, it throws it into a different key. It just doesn't show it in the key signature. Because here, now we got D flats. There's no D flat in D minor, but we're here. I mean, we got all these things. So we're in some key with a lot of flats in it. Here. Here we got all, it's like we're in F minor. F minor has 4 flats. So it's sort of like we're just temporarily in F minor. I could be wrong about that, it seems like it. And then in the next line, see those accidentals went away. So now we're like back in D minor again, where we were. So it's kind of going through different key signatures, or different keys, and they used both methods. They used where you can change the key signature in the piece, or they use where you can use accidentals. I don't care for the accidentals because I think of keys when I play. I think, okay, I'm in the key of D minor, I'm going to play the notes in D minor, and that's what I do. So when they add the accidentals, I think, well, that throws it off. I don't know what key I'm in now, so then I have to stop and figure it out what the notes actually are, and it makes it a lot more difficult for me to read music when there's a lot of accidentals involved. That's a personal thing, I'll deal with it. However, the melody did change at the top of page 17. You're here, and they've got here where thumb. I prefer, you can, if you want, your second finger and thumb. I'm staying here. I'm just using thumb here. I just got the thumb on. And I 3, 2 to keep my thumb hand out here. I don't want to come up here. And then thumb on that. And 3, that's an A flat 2. The flat's good for the measure. 3, and then 4 there. So that fingering that I use in the first line of page 17 again. 3, 2, 1, 3, 3, 2, 1 and 2 and 3, and then it's a 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, and then thumb. Last line, your second finger, and then it's a 3, 1 here. That's a B natural there. So the last line again is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3, and 1 and 2 and 3 and. You may have to work on that a little bit. Left hand has the broken chords. You're here. You can do this way or this way. Depends on how big your hands are and whatever. If you can do them in the book is fine. Watch out, second measure, it's not the same one, it's an E here. So watch out on that, the chords are changing on you. Go down to the third line, now we're in 3 sharps up here. Chord changed in the second measure. Top of page 17, you're here. Remember there's a flat in the key signature. Good luck with that. And then second line. Back to what you were doing before. Put the hands together. This should be interesting. Here. See here again, the chord in the left hand is changing, and it's an important. The harmony is changing here. So I'll go for the second line to the third line here. I can scrunch up here, I gotta move the left hand up. Now go down to the last measure, page 16, you're here. Now going on, the C sharp at the bottom of page 16 is the same as the D flat at the top of page 17. It's the same key. So you're playing it here in the 16, and then going on you're here. So in the right hand it's the same key, just change fingers. To what you were doing before. And the last line at the bottom, you're here. Again, that changed chords in the left hand. And as you play here, you move the left hand down. Here. It's a beautiful piece once you get it learned. Then we can add the articulation. Again, in the left hand, I suggest you just connect it all. Just go. You can't connect the repeated notes. The point is, you pretend it's connected. Rest, rest. Of course, you play the rest. So, in the right hand, we have the phrasing. Lift up. This lifting up, by the way, is just a small motion. I exaggerated so you can see it better. It's really just a small motion. So forth. Put in the phrasing. That's pretty repetitious on the phrasing. Just lift up in the right hand. Then we can add the dynamics. Soft at the beginning. And for the melody, which is the right hand, you're going to crescendo up to moderately loud. Come back down to soft. Right there. The left hand has to be in the background. Keep it. Now, third line, you go up a little bit to moderately soft here, and you're going to go up to loud then. It's 2 measures later, huh? Staying loud. At the top of 17, the melody's loud. The left hand is moderately soft or so. And then you come down to moderately loud for the second line. Now we come down to soft for the third line. We're going to crescendo now up to loud, but don't get loud until the last line, so plan it out. So you're soft, soft, medium soft, medium loud, now you're loud. So I did it a measure or so at a time. So in the third line, I stayed soft for the first 2 measures. Now I went up a little bit to moderately soft. Now I'm moderately loud. Now loud. Now they're saying stay loud. I tend to want to come down. You got a retardando. I guess you could stay loud. I just tend to want to come down there. I guess to play it the way it's written, which we should do at first, we stay loud there at the end. Now the speed on Dante, it's kind of a leisurely stroll. It's the feel of it. What do you think it feels like on a leisurely stroll? That's just, I play it different every time I play it, so that's basically all it is. It's not fast or slow, it's just kind of at a leisurely pace. Taking a stroll through the park or something, that's about what this would be like. Then the pedal. Well, okay, I mean, it's from a string quartet. It'd be nice to have the overtones, but we don't want to get it mushy and blurry. But if I pedal it the way they're showing, this is how it works. I'm going to push the notes down and then the pedal. I'm going to change the pedal after I play the notes. Here, I'm not pedaling that measure, the last measure. I don't pedal that measure. Lift the pedal up right after you play the first note and then lift it. To hear the phrasing, they're covering up the phrasing between the first line and the second line. So if I play the last measure of the first line here, going on, so they connect that. And I prefer to have like a silence, so I'm going to lift the pedal up with the right hand at the end of the second line. Here, so there's a little silence before I go on. So it's like that. Pedal the last measure of the third line. And again, they're connecting this, going from page 16 to 17. They're overlapping that pedal. And I like to hear the phrasing, so I'm going to lift the pedal up with the right hand, so there's a little silence there. Now I can connect the left hand. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with connecting that, but I want to hear silence in the right hand. like so. And then I'm basically pedaling it like I was pedaling measure 6 or page 16. You don't want to get it to be too blurry. I'm concerned on page 17, the first and second lines in the second measure, where the first line is here, but we're going by quick enough that it may not be too bad. And so we can put up with a little blurriness there, I suppose. Then the last line, you're down here. Lift the pedal, but connect it with the hands, with the right hand. Here, and that's okay. You can play it the way it's written there. I think it works out okay. Not the best, but all right. You could get away with not pedaling the last eighth notes and the next to the last measure. You don't have to pedal those if you want to. Here, but go ahead and pedal the last measure for the overtones. I'd like to play this with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do the dynamics, just notes and rhythms, and the pedaling. I'll do that too. So I'll give us 3 counts. So let's just try it. One hand at a time if you need to for a while is fine. 1, ready, go.